Hi everyone! Today we'll be learning how to take beautiful images just with your cell phone. So the first thing we'll need to figure out is what we want to capture. There's a variety of subjects out there, from people to places, food. Whatever piques your interest, I'd say choose that. And remember, your art should reflect who you are. So once you've picked your subject matter, I would say dive in a little bit deeper. Go look at how other people have shot things. See right here? I've chosen flowers for today. But as you can see, there are so many ways to shoot a flower. You see some are indoors, some are outdoors, some you're not even sure. It could be a background outdoors. But anywho, I would say just do enough research so you know what you want your photo to look like. Then you can move on to next steps. So we've chosen our subject and we now know what we want it to look like. So next, there's scouting. Scouting is pretty much doing your research on location or studio or wherever you think your subject matter will be. Today, we're out by my pool. It is a lush garden area with plenty of flowers. Other options could be your garden, a park, or even the botanical gardens would be a beautiful place to shoot. But take your time in scouting. You don't want to overlook anything. Now, before taking your photo, you first want to find your focus. See, right there? You can see the flower much more clearly. You can do that by just tapping on your screen. Then we can talk about cropping. Right here, the young lady has the flowers full frame. That's all the flowers in the photo. But you also can do the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is actually putting your subject to the farther left or right side, leaving a certain amount of space on the other side. See there? You can also place the subject in the center of the frame, just as she's doing here. As I said earlier, take your time while scouting. Larger areas can sometimes have little gems in little corners. As you can see here, we're about to find a beautiful rose bush that we never would have found unless we kept walking. Now, as you can see, we're a little bit ways from the actual rose we want to capture. You can see her trying to get as close as possible. And what some people might tell you is to zoom in. But I wouldn't recommend that. Zooming in actually lowers the quality of your image. So instead of zooming in and out with your camera, we're going to try to move as close as possible, keeping all that resolution so just in case you may want to print your photo, it'll come out perfectly. Lastly, let's talk about editing. This is the fun part. So in your phone, you have all these different settings. As you can see, you see her running through the dial is so many, but these are my top 3. The first tool is shadows. This tool can lighten up all those dark areas and bring that detail right back in. Then you have your highlights. Sometimes the sun can give these very bright spots or hot spots. The highlight tool can tone that down. And then lastly, you have saturation. This tool makes all the colors in your images pop. It's definitely a tool I would use if you're printing as well. Well everyone, that's all I have for today. Let's grab your cameras, do some research, and head outdoors. Happy shooting!